Well, we've hit 2024. We're still looking back a little bit of 2023. If you watched our year in review last week, we talked about the one concerning New York, about the cannabis trade and all that's been going on, and we just rushed through it. But one thing we didn't really mention is that there is a secondary lawsuit coming. And this is really, just when you thought the first lawsuit would have finished this whole situation, now there's probably most likely going to be a second delay in the cannabis rollout. I know that they're trying to push all of this out right now, but this second one, basically, it violates state statutes to the situation on there. In fact, I think it also violates federal laws as well. So let's look into this new lawsuit through the United States District Court, Northern District of New York. New York cannabis industry is bracing for another legal challenge that could put the industry in limbo for a third time. Two companies that applied for adult use retail dispensary license filed a federal suit Monday in the U.S. District Court. This was back in December. New York's Northern District against the State Office of Cannabis Management and its Cannabis Control Board. The suit was filed the same day the Office of Cannabis Management application window closed for its first round of adult use retail licensing. I'm sorry if I mispronounced this. Varisite New York 4 LLC and New York 5 LLC claimed the department's adult use retail dispensary cannabis license program is unconstitutional, arguing the board's system of approving license favors New York residents and violates the federal dormant commerce clause, which prevents states from discriminating against interstate commerce. Defendants violated plaintiff rights by depriving them of opportunities to fairly compete for a license to operate a storefront retail cannabis dispensary in violation of the Dormant Commerce Clause, according to the lawsuit. The marijuana dispensary company spearheading the latest court challenges wants a federal judge to block more cannabis license from being awarded in New York. Fewer than 3 months, the OCM settled the last lawsuit held up by the issuing of more licenses in October. They want their application to be processed in the extra priority pool of applicants because the businesses satisfy the other requirements except the preference for New York residency, according to the suit. Varsity 4 and 5 are owned by a person with a previous marijuana conviction in the state of California. Because the plaintiffs should have received extra priority over all other applicant classes, whether general adult use, priority adult use, or conditional adult use retail dispensary, that might be spelled wrong there, the court should enjoin defendants from issuing any license, according to the lawsuit. The companies argue their businesses should be considered in the pool of applicants seeking a license to open up a dispensary in the state who have been giving extra priority because they already secured a retail location to open up the shop. The first window of priority applications for the people with a store space closed November 17th. See, here's the thing, and there's a lot more to this article. Go ahead and catch that article. The rest of it, there's a lot more into it, tax and stuff like that. But see, this is the situation. All these cannabis laws, recreational cannabis and stuff like that, are rushed. These are rushed through. They said, oh, we're helping the people. We're helping those who have been criminally caught. But see, the thing about it is, you're not realizing it. You're being racist against other people. Honestly, I don't, want recreational cannabis. I think it is a headache within itself. It is a problem within itself. These states are not making money off of this, no matter how much they're telling you. So, oh, we're making a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But when you look at, at the end game run on this, nobody's really making any tax money off of this. It is just one major headache. You have farms that are just basically, like I know in upstate New York, there's a couple of farms that sell to the retailers. They have plenty of inventory, but they can't get rid of it. I mean, literally the plants are dying out. They were trying, and they were denied by the governor, Hochul, to try to sell these at open farm markets, and they were denied this. If you haven't realized that, and the thing about it is, and they're trying to say, well, we want to keep it in New York and stuff like that, but there are laws. You can't just violate every single rule, including commerce laws that's been sitting there for many decades now. You can't say, well, you can't pick and choose who you're going to give the licenses to, and that is what the major problem is. First problem is you're freaking you're fast tracking people with criminal records. Try to do that with a cigarette wholesale license or a liquor license. Try and do that. Do you think that they give it to criminals? No, they don't. They don't. Why would you want to do that? And you're like, well, we want to satisfy because they were arrested on that. Have you checked every one of those people's records? Now, I understand there were some people that I got caught with a couple of joints or a bag on something. I can understand that. But there are those, and this is straight out, there are those who committed criminal felonies. They're out there that pleaded down because they were caught with a felony, and they also had marijuana with them on their person. They pleaded down from the felony to just get a minor charge. They ended up, with a small prison sentence, and then people are praising, oh my God, they got sent to jail for marijuana. No, look in each individual case. You cannot sit there and say, well, they went to jail for cannabis, for having pot or situation. Look at the whole entire case on there. Why were they sent? What was the entire deal of the situation? You can't just say that, oh yeah, they may have, beat up somebody and they got arrested and they had some pot in them, and they said, well, it was the pot that did it. They were kind of excited. They were drinking and smoking, and we just pleaded them down. No, you may be putting some violent felons in charge of dispensaries that they should not even be there. Think about having a drugstore. Would you give someone with a criminal record background access to regular drugs in a drugstore atmosphere? No, you would not. And on top of that, they haven't really gotten rid of the major problem of the illegal shops. And then you hear, oh, there's a bust here and a bust there. We've done our job. No, you haven't. Last heard I heard there was over 8,000 smoke shops throughout the tri-state area. And there are people in Staten Island. There's a gentleman in Staten Island. He wants to open up a shop, and there's not one single legal one on Staten Island. Well, I hate to tell you this. Don't open that store here, because there's plenty of pot on the street. And you could, my wife will tell you this. On her bus trips to work, to and from work on a daily basis, you got people tossing pot, smoking it on the bus, and MTA buses right now. They're sitting on street corners smoking right now. Where they're getting it from? Their local dealer. They're not going to a legal cannabis shop to buy it. They're getting it from their corner dealer, and there are plenty of them out here in Staten Island. And that is a major issue we've dealt with for many years. As long as I've been living here, we've been dealing with that problem. And I know my wife's telling me for the years that she's been here, it's also been an issue. Get rid of the recreational cannabis law. Stay with the medicinal. It can be handled. The medicinal part of it can be handled properly. It just has to be effectively done and gone by the law. Just like every other drug, if you go to a CVS or a Walgreens or your local drugstore, you deal it with that way. You don't just hand it out willy-nilly. You don't just, any doctor to handle a prescription out there on there. This is how the opiate situation started, because they were handing out painkillers left and right to everybody, whether they were a dentist, whether they were a masseuse, or anybody that had a PhD to the situation that, could write a fucking prescription out. So tell me in the comments below your thoughts about this. Do you think that they're going to end up, siding with this lawsuit, ending it quick enough so they can get started on this in 2024? Or is this going to lag on and probably other lawsuits are going to come forward? So don't forget to subscribe, like, share. We're almost at 1,000. Hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check out all of our other videos this week and also the return of the Fast 5. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video, and bye-bye now.
Thanks for watching, commenting, and sharing this video. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, as this helps the reach of this channel. Finally, as a content viewer, you have the ability to help support this channel, as new internet laws around the world will diminish our reach and affect our sponsors. If you choose to help, there are two ways listed in the description below. The first link will lead you to a pay site where you can make a monetary donation. The second will lead you to our gear shop where you can buy shirts, mugs, and other gear. Discounts will be listed on the site. Once again, thank you for watching and your support.